Hello, hello. Welcome back to the mat, my friends, and welcome to a dark moon yin practice. So we've been following the cycle of the moon this past month, and this week brings us to the dark moon as well as the new moon. So the dark moon occurs the day before the new moon, and it is when, as you would expect, the moon appears completely dark in the sky. So at the new moon, we start to see just a little sliver of that fresh new moon. At the dark moon, it is sort of really the end of the lunar cycle. The moon appears completely dark in the sky, and it's sort of like a tipping point where the lunar cycle comes to an end as we're about to embark on a fresh new lunar cycle. So some themes around the dark moon are rest, self-care, reflection. It's really a time to go inward, a time to find some stillness. The new moon is when we set our intentions for the coming lunar cycle. And so finding that place of real stillness and quiet at the dark moon allows those intentions to sort of arise, allows them to sort of bubble up and come to us in a sort of natural way so that we're not forcing. So those are some of the themes around the dark moon. And so we're going to be practicing a yin practice today. So a lot of stillness, a lot of quiet. I encourage you to really relax into the poses, not trying to do anything in them, and really find that place of quiet and of stillness. I won't be talking too much throughout this practice so that you can really find that space. If you have not joined us in the online tribe, click the link in the description below. Come on in and join us. You'll get every week's brand new class emailed directly to you. And if you would like to support the channel and the making of more classes like these, please consider joining me on Patreon. The December monthly yoga class calendar will be going out in the coming week. So if you'd like to receive that, sign up on Patreon. It is the Trikonasana tier, I believe. So that link is in the description below. For today's practice, you are going to want some props. Go ahead and grab 2 yoga blocks, grab a blanket or a towel, and if you have a bolster, go ahead and grab a bolster as well. Why not? If you don't have a bolster, that's okay. I'm going to be working with 2 blocks and a blanket. So if you've got those, go ahead and grab those, unroll your mat, and we're going to begin right here in a tall seat. All right, my friends, go ahead and come on into a tall seat. I'm sitting up on a block. You don't have to, but if you'd like to elevate the hips, you can sit up on a block or on a meditation cushion, on a pillow, anything that feels nice. Hands can rest wherever feels most comfortable, and invite the eyelids to close. If closing the eyes doesn't feel comfortable today, you can lower the gaze towards the earth, just starting to take the attention inward a little bit. Take a moment to sort of arrive here on your mat and in your practice. Checking in with physical body. Noticing any sensations that might be present for you. And seeing if you can observe the sensations without labeling them, without judging them, just noticing their presence. You can take your gentle awareness to your breath. And again, simply noticing the existence of your breath. And observing what it feels like to inhale and exhale. And in this moment of stillness, allowing everything to sort of fall away. So, any intentions that you are working on in this past lunar cycle, allowing them to sort of fall away. Not looking forward or planning for what's coming next. Just allowing yourself to be here in this moment of stillness. And we'll take just 2 more breaths here. And then gently opening the eyes. And we'll begin with a Baddha Konasana. So I invite you to sit up on a blanket or maybe a small cushion and bring the soles of your feet together to touch. It's coming into your Baddha Konasana legs. And then bringing hands to the feet and starting to give yourself a little massage of the feet. So using the thumbs, the fingers, and feeling into any spots on the feet that might need a little extra love. You can move up into the ankles. And start to move up into the calves as well. Sort of gently massaging the calves. And taking just another breath or 2 here. Giving your legs a little bit of love. The legs do so much for us. And then from here, we'll go ahead and come on to the belly. And we're going to come into a chest and shoulder opener. So you can move your blanket sort of off to the side. Go ahead and come all the way onto your belly. Now from here, go ahead and take your left arm straight out to the left. So one straight line. So wrist in line with the shoulder. The right hand is going to come flat onto your mat, sort of next to your head. You're going to turn to look to the right side so that your left ear comes onto the mat. Bend at the right knee And then gently press into the right palm as you sort of turn yourself on to the left side, coming into a chest and shoulder opener. For a lot of you, this is going to feel super intense. Find your edge. Don't push too far. For some of you, this is not going to feel like much. If this does not feel like much, go ahead and come back to center and create a cactus shape in the arm, so a 90-degree angle in the left arm. And then same thing, you'll press into the right hand, roll onto the left side. The head can be on the mat, so the left side of your head will be on the mat. We're going to stay here 3 minutes on each side. I'm going to set a timer here on my phone. And see if you can allow yourself to relax into this pose. And gently begin to roll yourself back onto your belly. Take a moment here at the center, bringing one palm to the earth, the other hand on top, bringing the forehead onto the palms. And we'll come into the other side. So the right arm will extend long, either in a straight line or a cactus. You choose. Left palm will go flat on the earth next to the face. You can turn the head to look to the left side, bend at the left knee. Sort of press into the left palm as you turn over onto the right side. Go ahead and set our timer for 3 minutes on this side. Gently rolling back onto your belly. Go ahead and stack one hand on top of the other, bringing forehead onto the hands. And from here, we'll come into a half frog. So you may want your blanket for this. You can go ahead and bring your blanket out to your left side, and we're going to open the left leg out to the left. So staying on your belly, left leg opens out at a 90-degree angle. So you want the knee to be in line with the hip, and then the ankle in line with the knee. So creating a 90-degree angle. And then you can, again, bring one palm on top of the other and rest the forehead on the hands. We'll be here 3 minutes on each side. Notice if there's anywhere in the body where you're still holding, maybe gripping. And see if you can invite those areas to really release here. And from here, we'll switch on to the other side. So moving your blanket over to the right side so you can rest the right knee on it. And same thing, the right leg will come out to the right, creating a 90-degree angle with the knee. So knee in line with hip, and then ankle in line with knee. And once again, recentering yourself here, bringing one hand on top of the other, resting forehead on the hands for 3 minutes, half frog pose. And gently lifting up out of this pose, bringing the right leg back to meet the left, and really gently starting to press yourself up into a tabletop position, coming onto hands and knees. Begin to move through some cat-cows here, so stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees as you inhale. Drop the belly, open the heart forward, and as you exhale, round the spine. A few more like this. Inhaling to arch and exhaling to round. And continuing on your own breath, bringing a bit of movement into the spine. Go ahead and take one more round of cat-cow. And then from here, you can bring your seat back towards your feet, hips to one side, and then bring the legs around in front of you. And we're going to come into a heart opener with our blocks. So go ahead and grab your 2 blocks, and you have a few options. So one block is going to come underneath your back and the other one underneath your head. So the block underneath your back, you can take long ways underneath. So you're sort of going to create like a T with your blocks. And the block underneath your back will come along the length of the back. And then the second block will come just underneath your head. And I have both blocks on medium height right now. But I'm going to recommend that you bring the block underneath your head to its highest height, and then the one underneath the back on medium height, or block underneath your head on medium height and the block underneath your back on its lowest height. So they're just slightly different heights. And then go ahead and bring the soles of the feet together to touch. If that feels like it's too much on the knees or the hips, you can extend the legs long and allow the legs to be long. Alrighty, we're going to be in this heart opener for about 4 minutes. So I will go ahead and set our timer for 4 minutes. Nice, open in the heart space. And as you settle into this pose again, notice if you're sort of gripping anywhere, holding on to any tension, and gently inviting it to melt away, finding that place of stillness. gently begin to lift the knees up towards the sky, nice and slow. And then from here, you can sort of press yourself onto one side so that you can move the blocks out from underneath you. And then come to lie all the way flat on your back. And then from here, go ahead and hug the knees into the chest, giving them a squeeze, allowing the spine to lay fully flat on the earth. And we'll come into a supine twist. So we'll take the knees over to the left, maybe scooch the hips to the right slightly, dropping the knees to the left side, keeping the right shoulder on the earth. The right arm goes out towards the right, and the gaze can come over towards the right-hand side. And we'll stay here 3 minutes, each side in our supine twist. Gently lifting head back to center and lifting the legs, re-squaring the hips, hugging knees in towards the chest, and finding our supine twist on the other side. So maybe scooching hips slightly to the left as you drop both knees over to the right, and keeping the left shoulder on the earth. The left arm can come out to the left, either in a straight line or a cactus. And the gaze will come over to the left side. 3 minutes here on this side. Gently lifting head to center and lifting the legs, recentering the hips, hugging both knees into the chest. And if there are any gentle movements that your body is craving before we find stillness in Shavasana, feel free to take whatever that is. If you're ready for Shavasana, if you'd like to take your blanket, roll it up, a bit of a tootsie roll. It can be nice to place underneath the knees for your Shavasana. Completely optional. You don't have to take that if you don't want to. Coming to lie all the way back. Legs extended long, feet about as wide as your mat. Bringing the arms by the sides of the body with the palms turned up towards the sky. And set a little timer for our Shavasana here. Go ahead and take a big breath in, filling up the belly. Open the mouth, let it go. The pose of ultimate release. Right here, Shavasana. I invite you to take a gentle scan of the body from head to toe. Notice any areas of the body that might be holding on. Allow yourself to be fully supported by the earth beneath you. And so you can fully release here in this final resting pose. to bring some gentle movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. And extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. And bring soles of your feet flat onto your mat and turn on to the side of your choice. And using the top hand to help press you up, make your way back into a comfortable seat. Sitting up nice and tall, rooting down through sitting bones, crown of the head reaching skyward. Allowing the eyes to remain closed here in one last moment of stillness and quiet. And bringing the palms to touch at heart center and bowing the head gently towards the hands. Thank you so much for allowing me to lead you in this practice today. Namaste. Thank you so much, yogis, for joining me here for this dark moon yin practice. If you have not joined the online tribe, that link is in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel, the making of more videos like these, the Patreon link is also in the description below. I will meet you right back here on the mat next time.